Yeah, hi guys. Good morning, all of you. Yeah, in previous class, we done how to create Azure account and how to deploy Linux virtual machine, right? Now, coming to today, I'm going to deploy Windows virtual machine. Deploy Windows virtual machine, right? This is the thing today we are going to complete. Now, how to deploy the virtual machine? Here is the three types of OS, right? How many types of OS? We have first one is the Linux OS, second one is the Windows, and third one is the Mac. Right now, I am going to launch Windows OS. Right? Then, how to launch Windows OS? Now, go to the browser. Go to the browser, and in the browser, just type as a Azure portal login. Now click on the first link. Now go to the portal. Now select your account. Now it is asking to enter your account for basic security. To get a code to your account, just a second. Now I will enter the code 6894296. That verify, and after that it is going to log in Azure portal. This is the Azure portal, right? Here is the my account, and here is the home page. Here is all services displayed here, right? Azure DevOps, it is a collection of different services. Here it is a database services and app services and virtual machines, virtual networks, and monitoring tools, right? It is a collection of all services. Now I am going to deploy Windows virtual machine. How to deploy the Windows virtual machine? Here is the search box, right? In the search box you need to type virtual machine. See, this is a virtual machine, right? Just click on virtual machine. Here these are all two virtual machines are created earlier. Now I am going to create the new one. Here left side we have a icon button, right? Plus icon. Here we have a create button. Then click on create. Now select the virtual machine. Select the virtual machine. Here here this is the page for basic tab. Here how many tabs are there? Totally 7 tabs, right? We need to configure the details the under basic tab and disk tab and networking tab, right? Now I am going to configure step by step. Here what is the first one? Here it is asking the subscription. Here it is asking the subscription. It takes the default. My subscription is a pay as you go. That is the Azure subscription one. If you have free version, it takes the Azure free version. Okay. Now create the resource group. Here is what is the first step? Here login Azure portal. And what is the second step? Create resource group. What is a resource group? Resource group is a collection of resources, right? Collection of resources. Now I am going to create the resource group. Here is the button, right? Click on create new. Now I am going to create the my Windows resource group. Right? I have created my Windows resource group. What is the resource group name? My Windows resource group name. Just I am going to copy here just for remembering. What is the resource group name? My Win resource group name. Then what is the next step here? We can configure the instance details. What are the instance details? This is the project details, this is the instance details, nothing but virtual machine name, region and image and size, right? Here is the basic tab classified into three major parts. One is the project details, another one is the instance details, and third one is the administrator account, right? Administrator account. Now I am going to fill the instance details. What is the instance details? Nothing but here these are the required properties. Here it is the star mark indicates required mandatory properties. You need to fill these properties, right? Now give the virtual machine name. Now I am going to give the name my Windows virtual machine. Right here, don't give any underscores, right? It won't take the underscore, right? If you are giving it, getting the error. What is error? Windows virtual machines may not contain underscore or commas, semicolons, right? Now just remove it. Give the name of your virtual machine, my Windows virtual machine. Here I am giving the capital letter. Now coming to region. Region, select it as default. We will discuss coming classes what is the region and how many types of regions, right? Here is these are all regions. When you are launch your virtual machine, the virtual machine going to store under this location, right? Under this location and particular data center. Okay. And coming to image, select the image. What is the image I am going to launch? Windows image, right? Now see the all images. See, these are all marketplace. This is the marketplace for your Azure account, and here it is my images, right? If you have any customized images, you can go with my images, but I don't have any customized images. This is the marketplace of Azure account. Now select your Windows server, right? Now I want to launch Windows machine, right? Now I am going to select this is the Windows, and these are all properties Linux related things. Now or else you can search here directly Windows is searching, right? These are the Windows related, these are all Windows related things, right? Now simply I am going to launch Windows server, or else go to here, directly select the your virtual machine. Here we have a select option, right? Here these are all versions, these are all version. In your free trial it doesn't show all the things, right? My account is a pay as you go, that's why it's showing the all the things, right? Simply I am going to select the virtual machine here only. Here is a drop down, right? In the drop down you can select the Windows server. This is the Windows server. Now I am going to select it. Or we have Windows server 2022 we have, and 2019 we have. Now I am going to select Windows Server 2009 data center. The generation is 2, right? And I am going to select this one, right? Size. Coming to size, you need to select the sizes, right? Here also we have a drop down, right? Select the sizes, and it is showing the showing the price per month. Here it is right side 2600 per month. At the Microsoft charging for launching this virtual machine per hourly and per month, right? Now go to see all the sizes. Now this is the display cost. I am going to select the hourly cost. Then okay. Here is these are the types of sizes, right? Here these are the types of sizes. How many types of sizes here? D sizes and B sizes, as well B4 sizes. These are using for general purpose. These are all using for general purpose. But coming to high performance high performance virtual disk size, these are the high performance, right? Here it is the CPU is high. What are the CPU? Here it is mentioned clearly This is the size of CPU and this is the RAM size and this is the disk size, right? This is the input output process. That means this is the performance of your disk, and this is the temporary storage. These are the, it is supported for premium disk also. And coming to, this is the cost and hourly per month, right? This is the cost per hourly. Now I am going to select the least cost. The Windows server must be 2 CPU, right? 2 CPU and 4 RAM. Now I'm going to select this one and click on select. Right, now successfully I have finished the instance details also. Now what is the final step? This is the administrator account, which means this administrator can access your virtual machine using username and password. Right? Now I am going to enter my username and password. You can give any name, right? I am going to give the username and password. Right? Here it is the, what is the symbol it is. Right mark means you have given proper inputs. Now, what is the fourth step? This is the inbound rules. Right? What is the inbound rules? Inbound rules nothing but it helps you connect the virtual machine. Here it is mentioned like select which virtual machine network ports are accessible for for the public internet. Right? Here it is. What is the port number of? What is the port number of Windows Server? The Windows Server port number is, that is the RDP remote desktop port number, that is the 3389. What is the SSH port number for Linux? That is the default, right? 22. See here, while you are selecting the Windows Server, the port number is 3389, right? Now I am going to select image, just Linux image, just check it out. It takes default as 22. That is a default port number, right? We are not creating anything behind, right? It takes default. If you are, it is for Linux, and if you are select the Windows, it is for Windows. 3389 remote desktop port number. Right? I enter the everything, right? Instance rules, inbound rules, and administrator account. Right? Now everything fine. Now click on next disk. Click on next disk. Right, in this disk, that is the size of your virtual machine backend, like your laptop having the hard disk, right? The same thing, the virtual machine having the hard disk. Right, this is the OS type and encryption type, right? It takes default, right? We'll discuss this concept in coming classes, then you can understand. Here no need to change anything, just take it as blindly. Then click on next networking, right? How many tabs are there here? Importance. First one is a basic, then second one is a disk, third one is a network. These are the important aspects for creating your virtual machine, right? Here is the basic, disk and network. Now click on networking. Here are the star mark indicates the mandatory fields. First one is the virtual network, second one is a subnet, third one is a public IP. Now I don't want to enter any, I don't want to change anything from here, right? It is take as a default, right? We'll discuss in disk and networking concept in then coming classes. That simply try to understand how to deploy the virtual machine, right? Now click on to the next management. Here it is asking Azure Security Center, like boot diagnostics. It takes default. Enable with managed storage account. Right? This is a booting concept. We are not involving on this. right? That is everything is take it as default. In advanced also no need to change anything. Just only the mandatory steps, basic, disk and networking. Remaining are that is optional comes under, right? No need to change anything from here. Then click on tags. Here I am going to type as a, this is the optional environment. Let's assume this is as a production. This is the tag name. This is the optional. Right. Here it is. Everything is done successfully. If you are click on review create, it is going to be start the process. Then click on review create. It is running the validation. Validation nothing but you have given proper input or not. It is checking, right? It is checking the inputs. Right, you will get the notification validation passed, which means you have given proper inputs. That everything is fine. Now click on create. The virtual machine going to be deployed into your Azure portal, right? It takes few seconds, few minutes to launch it. The deployment is started in progress. It start one by one. The deployment is in progress is started. Right, what are the properties are created? IP address created, network security group created, vnet created, and my virtual, right? Everything is deployment is completed. Here left side, these are the overview of your deployment, and here it is the inputs, right? Click on inputs. Here it is showing the all the details. It is showing the location, network interface name, security group name, right? These are the things he is created. IP address, these are all mandatory properties for creating your virtual machine. Now go and home and go to the home and check the virtual machine is created or not. Then open your virtual machines. See here, my Windows virtual machine is created, right? This is the resource group name. This is the location. And what is the status here? This is the running status, which means the virtual machine is running. Right? This is the earlier I created. This is the stopped stage, which means the virtual machine is stopped. Here now I am going to open this virtual machine. Now see here, these are all properties of your virtual machine. What are the properties here? Under these properties, it contains the virtual machine name, operating system, and publisher. As well, everything it is located under this properties tab. Then availability, scaling, and all those things. Now coming to size, I have selected 2 CPU, right, and 4 GB. This is the RAM of 4 GB. This is the CPU of your size. And coming to networking, we have the two IPs. This is the public IP. This is the private IP. What is the public IP? Through public IP, we can connect the server. And what is the private IP? Using private IP, we can use in internal purpose, and within the internet we can use the private IP address. We'll discuss right in networking concept briefly, in depthly. Now what is the next step here? Everything is done and deploy Windows is done. This is the first one. Then what is the here next step? Review and create. Right? Review and create. Now what is the second step? Connect your virtual machine. Right? What is the virtual machine? How to connect? First you need to install the putty, right? Install putty. That is for Linux. And coming to RDP, download RDP file. And how to download? Microsoft itself only we have the RDP file. Here we have a button, right? Connect button. Then click on connect. Now it is showing the RDP file, right? Then click on select the RDP. Now here it is showing this is the port number of your RDP file. Here it is download RDP file, right? Just click on download RDP file, right? Successfully downloaded one RDP file into my local system. Just open that file. Now click on connect. See, it is asking the once you click on connect, it is asking your username and password of your virtual machine. Now I am going to enter the username and password. Then click on OK. See, it is asking remote desktop connection, right? If you want to connect that virtual machine, just click on yes. If you don't want that, click on no. Now I want to connect the virtual machine on my desktop. This yes. Now what is going to be happen? The virtual machine, Windows virtual machine is going to be created, right? Just a second. Just a second, it is going to be reloaded. Now see here, this is the Windows server. Now same the thing, this is my original OS of laptop. This is my OS of my laptop, and this is the Windows server for Microsoft Azure. Here also same thing we have. This is the Windows server, and go and check the properties. How to check the properties? Go to the this PC. Here it is, select the this PC, and here it is. This is the Windows provided the how much GB totally 126 GB. Now right click here, check the properties. See what is the server. This is the Windows server. This is the property details of your Windows server. This is the Windows server 2019, and what is the RAM? 4 RAM, and this is a 64-bit, right? This is the properties of your Windows server, and here we clearly mention 127 GB, totally 127 GB. Now here also we have the all servers and all softwares we are going to be installed. Here you can do the your work now, and you can save the work, and this is a just assume this is my data, and you can do your work and close this one, and it will store into where under your Azure portal data center, right? Now what I am going to do now, the connect is done. What is the next step? How to reset your password. How to reset your password? If you forget your password, that virtual machine, then how to reset? Now go to your virtual machine, right? Here left side we have these are the properties, right? Here left side we have all the services for your virtual machine. Here in top of the down, here it is reset password, right? Then click on reset password, then give the username and give the password. I am going to give the password is already I have given, just a second. I am going to give the password. I am going to give the password is this one, and paste here and paste here. Right, I have saved the password. Before that, you need to select the reset password. Select this one, but it takes default. When you are click on reset password, it takes the reset password tab. Now I am going to, after entering the password, just click on update. The password is going to be reset. It is updating, right? Updating nothing but the password is going to be changed. Right, it takes few seconds. Resetting password, the action going to be started. Right, successfully reset your password, right? Now try to connect your virtual machine one more time. Do the same things. Click on connect. Here this is the closest one. Now click on RDP. Now download the RDP file. Just open it. Now click on connect, and it is asking the password, right? Then where is the password I have entered? This is my password. Just copy this password and paste here. Then open. See, it is asking to connect your virtual machine. Once you click on that virtual machine, it is going to be created. See here, my data is already here, right? This is the way of to launching the virtual machine and reset the password. Now I am going to check the all the properties of your virtual machine. Now I have created one folder route. This folder data stored in where? It is stored in under disk, right? It is stored in under disk. Where is the disk? I am going to show you here. Here, go to the home page. Select your virtual machine. Here, this is your virtual machine, right? This is your virtual machine. Just open your virtual machine. Here left side we have these are the all services, right? Here we have a disk, right? Just open this disk. See here how many virtual machines are totally we have three virtual machines, right? Three virtual machines. Every virtual machine having their own disk. Now I am going to open disk, or else you can directly you can type as a disk here. See here it is showing the disk. Open the disk. See here how many are there here? Totally three virtual machines. In coming to 3 virtual machine, here is the sizes are different, right? What are the sizes? Here it is 30 GB, here it is 127 GB, here it is 127. Which means I am using 127 GB from Microsoft Azure. Which means they are charging for per month for using this GB. This charge 30 GB for this is the Linux virtual machine, and these both are Windows virtual machines. If you are enter any data or any related application data, that everything would be stored into under this disk, right? Now I'm going to show you, then you can understand easily. Here is the your virtual machine, right? This virtual machine linked with disks. This is the disk, right? This is your virtual machine, and this is the disk. If you are enter your application data anything, if you are this is the application data discharge you, right? That everything it is going to be stored under disk. For example, your virtual machine is not working, which means the OS is corrupted, right? That entire data will be stored into under disk. You can get the backup for 100%, right? Then how to connect another virtual machine? You can create the another virtual machines with Windows Server OS. Then you can connect the disk, right? The data will be disclosed under this virtual machine, right? We'll discuss this is the another way, but here try to understand what is the importance of disk. In disk it stores the entire data of your virtual machine. Here is the disk is stored for your data, right? Then coming to home, just go to the home here and go to the virtual machine and select the virtual machine. Here it is. What is the status of your virtual machine? What is the status of your virtual machine? Running, right? Running means here it is, check it out. What is the status of your virtual machine? Running. Now how to stop your virtual machine? What is the next step? How to stop your virtual machine? Just open your virtual machine. Here we have a buttons, right? Restart, stop and start. Now if you want to connect, click on connect. Now I want to stop this virtual machine. Just click on stop simply. Okay. The virtual machine going to be stopped. It takes 1 minute like that. Right, the action is still running. Right, successfully stopped your virtual machine, right? Then try to connect your virtual machine after stopping stage. What is the status now? Deallocating, right? Deallocating nothing but that is the stop, right? Now try to connect your virtual machine here. Then already you have a file, right? Go to downloads. Already you have a download the rdp file, right? Go to the downloads, open your rdp file, then click on connect. So where it is right connecting to your virtual machine, it is getting error, which means your virtual machine is stopped. See here, remote desktop can't connect your remote computer one of these regions, right? Remote access to server is not enabled, remote computer is turned off, and remote computer is turned off. What is the second, what is the reason is the remote computer, which means the remote virtual machine is turned off. That's why we are not going to connect your virtual machine, right? When you are stopping stage, we cannot connect your virtual machine, right? Now here, how to start the virtual machine? Then here it is button, right? Then click on start. Here is the two functions are there: how to start the virtual machine and how to stop the virtual machine. Now the action is going to be started. Wait a one minute, it is going to be started, that action. Yeah, that is a 127 GB, right? That's why it takes time. That is a heavy GB. That takes time to loading the server. Okay. Meanwhile, I'm going to explain the right. The service is started, right? What is the status now? Successfully started your virtual machine. Just now try to connect your virtual machine. Go to the download and open your RDP file. Then before that, just refresh your portal, right? Then open the RDP file. Click on connect. Here it is. Try to understand here. Before, what is the IP address of your virtual machine? 20.127.10.248. Here, what is the IP address created now? 13.16. Just a second. Here it is. Try to write what is the remote computer. Before, the IP address is 20.127.10.25. But after start and stop, the public IP is changed, right? When you are refresh and when you are stop and start the virtual machine, the public IP address is dynamically it is going to be changed, right? Dynamically it is going to be changed. Now copy the public IPR. Now directly you can connect the virtual machine. Then click on RDP. Now select the RDP file. Just open the RDP here. Now what is the IP address it takes? It takes the latest IP address. When you are refresh or start and stop the virtual machine, after that the IP address dynamically change. Now click on connect. Now enter the username and password. What is the password? I mentioned here the password, right? Where is the password here? It is the password. Here is the password. Then copy the password and paste here. Now click on OK, right? Now it is going to be connect your virtual machine successfully. Right, successfully connected. Right, make sure when you are refresh or when you are start the virtual machine, then before connecting check the IP address. Check the IP address. Based on IP address, this is a public IP. Based on IP address we can connect the virtual machine. Done. And now I'm going to show you small properties of your virtual machine. Select your virtual machine here. Here is your tags. This is a tags, right? I have configured the tags. What is the tags here? Before, what is the environment? Production. This is the environment I have created. And coming to what are the new properties here, and coming to logs. What are the logs? Nothing but here it is, there is no logs, which means logs means it is store the each and every activities under this logs. And these are all properties we'll see coming classes one by one. Now everything is done. Now what is the next step here? How to delete the virtual machine. Right, that is the final step. How to delete virtual machine. Here it is how to delete the virtual machine. Then go to your virtual machine and go to the overview. Here it is. Where is your resource group? Here is a resource group, right? What is the status is? It is virtual machine running. Then open your resource group. See, your virtual machine is integrated with this resource group, right? And what are the properties for needed to creating virtual machine? What are the properties are needed for creating virtual machine? This is virtual machine, right? What are the properties are needed? First one, disk is mandatory, right? What is the first one? Disk is the mandatory. First one is the disk for storage. Then what is the second one? Image also needed, right? If it is Windows, you need to take the Windows. If it is Linux virtual machine, take the Linux OS, right? Linux image. Then what is the third step? Resource group also needed. What is the resource group? Resource group is a collection of resources, right? This is a resource group. This resource group is integrated with number of resources. Number of resources. And what are the needed? What are the needed properties here? And what is the next one? Network security group. We'll discuss in under networking concept, and VNet and subnet. Coming to networking and subnet and public IP, right? Public IP also needed. Here it is. These are all properties of your virtual machine, right? Here in bottom it is showing, right, what are the resources, and this is the virtual network, this is the virtual machine, your virtual machine, and this is the public IP and network security group. And when you are creating the virtual machine, these properties are automatically created, right? VNet you need to configure under networking, virtual machine you need to configure under basic tab, and public IP under networking, and network security group also, and everything it is configured under backend. If you are going to delete the resource group, the resources are going to be deleted. Now I am going to delete the resource group here. Then select the name of your virtual machine and resource group and paste here. Now click on delete. Now the action going to be started. It takes 2 to 3 minutes to delete the all resources. Go to the home page and check it out. Your virtual machine are deleted or not, still is there.
चल के ना रहा है सुबह सुबह
Right, the action is started, deleting the resources one by one. Just and open into another tab and check it out. The resources are deleted or not. Where is the resource group here? Check the resource group here. Naveen resource group, right? Here it is how many totally resource? 6 resources, right? Then just wait. Going to be delete one by one. When you are done your work, when you done your work, please delete your resources, right? They will charge for your resources. If you are running the virtual machine 24 by 7, they will charge, right? Once your work is done, delete the resource. So it takes time. Check the resources. See how many are there now? 5 resources. Before it is 6, now it is 5. Now the virtual machine is there or not? The virtual machine is deleted, and go and check it out. Home page. See here. The your virtual machine is deleted, right? First is done and going to be deleted one by one. Go to the resource group. Now it is 4. It is going to be deleted one by one. Now it is 4. Now it is 3. It is slowly deleted one by one. Now just refresh here. Right, everything is deleted. Now go and check it out. The delete resources group is deleted, which means the virtual machine and the related properties are all going to be. Just refresh the Azure virtual machine. That everything is gone. This is the way of to delete your virtual machine. Then what are the services completed today? Deploy Windows virtual machine, and connect your virtual machine, then how to reset password, how to stop the virtual machine and start the virtual machine, as well delete the virtual machine. And this is done today. If you have any doubt, you can ask me any related things like how to create the Azure account. Okay, I will wait 2 minutes. If you have any doubts, you can uh, ping me also. That's not an issue.
Hi, Surya.
Yeah, hi.
Hello.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah, actually, just 5 minutes back I have joined. Today is my first day. So, can you tell me about how many days is completed and what are things
Yeah,
is completed?
yeah, just one day
Uh,
only. Just one day. Just I have created Azure account. That is the only one class is completed. Yeah, that your HR will share that recording session one day. That's not an issue.
so, including today one day or
Last day. This is
a
the
day after
second. This is
the.
the second class only. This is the second class. First class is completed
Okay.
yesterday, and this is the second class only. That in first class we are launching the same virtual machine, but the OS is different. Here they are taking Linux virtual machine. Here is the Windows. The approach is same, but OS is different.
Okay.
Okay, anyone? Yeah, first thing is try to
So,
create Azure account. Yeah, yeah. Tell me.
okay. Yeah. Can you tell me that what are the period of this session? How many days will go to take?
Yeah, the entire course going to be complete 45 days, maybe 45 to 50 days sometimes. Like right
Mm-hmm.
here I'm going to cover all admin related things as well, Azure DevOps related, like how to deploy the project end-to-end project, and everything Docker, Kubernetes, Terraform comes under this course.
Okay. Are you going to provide any syllabus for this?
Yeah, we have a so course content, just check it, we check with I mean this HR, they will share you.
Okay. 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 Thank you.
Okay, thank you all of you. I'm going to,
Hello.
yeah,
Hello.
hello. Yeah, hello. Yeah, tell me. Hello.
Yes, in the real-time scenario, like most of the companies use Linux or Windows environment, with Azure.
Yeah, I mean, that cases, most of the organization uses, I mean, Linux only. I mean,
Linux.
and yeah, 20% of the Windows they are using, but most of the 80% of we are using Linux. In Linux, most of Red Hat, Ubuntu, both OS are using.
So we should be way more proficient in Linux also, or else.
Yeah, I will give the, I mean, from the scratch of Linux, what are the needed things for Azure DevOps, I will explain. That is enough for, I mean, that is enough to Azure DevOps. We are not a Linux admin, right? We are a Azure DevOps engineers. So what are the limited things only we I am going to learn.
So once we learn this course, is it meant for Azure administration, or else like?
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely. That's why in course content I mentioned, right, Azure admin related topics majorly I mentioned.
Hmm.
Now you can go with Azure admin also.
Okay. So this course covers both Azure admin also.
Yeah, but not the 100% of Azure admin. This course, I mean, basic course is, I mean, Azure DevOps basically. But in Azure DevOps, I mentioned 60% of syllabus Azure admin related things,
Okay.
not more than 100, right? If it is go with Azure admin course, then it is covered 100%.
Okay.
I mean,
So
in Azure admin, I'm mostly covered, I mean, storage concept, networking concept, as well, application deploying concepts. I'm going to cover all the things.
so Azure admin is different from this course.
Yes.
So after learning this course, like we have to search for the jobs. in admin or as an Azure DevOps?
Azure DevOps only. Azure DevOps, you can try to search for Azure DevOps. But if you try to learn some services for Azure admin, you can go with Azure admin also.
Okay. Because see, once we join a company, they might think us we are admins as well. So
Yeah.
probably we might face a problem. So that's a
Okay.
question.
Yeah, but I mean, coming to Azure admin, the few services are different, but you can learn your own. But here I'm going to cover 60% of Azure admin related.
Okay.
Like, I mean, coming to Azure admin, like, what are the things you are going to do, like creating the user, assign the services, the basic things I'm going to cover.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you,
Yeah,
guys.
Surya, I have one question. So any chance of there for that going for the real time project after this course or mid of this course?
Yeah, in this course, I'm going to cover end-to-end project, like, yeah, how to create the project. I'm going to create the one project and I'll deploy into the Azure DevOps, and end-to-end project I'm going to cover here, like Terraform also, as well Maven, as well .NET application, as well Angular JS also I'm going to deploy. I
Okay.
mean, then you can understand what is the process going to be started, where it is started and where it is ended. Then you can understand easily.
Actually, I am Java professional, so that's why I want to know about.
Yeah,
So, are you going to cover with any attachment with the Java? This course is going to cover.
yeah, no, I'm going to just cover, like, I'm going to create one sample application Java and deploy into the web apps using Azure DevOps, like that.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, okay, guys. Yeah, okay.
So,
Yeah,
can you
thank
tell
you.
me that about the layer wise where we are going to use the Azure? If I am Java professional, if I have a Java project.
Yeah. Yeah, the thing is actually coming to developers, they are implemented the application once that implemented and push into the GitHub or any source code repository, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Then after that, I mean, coming to DevOps engineer, they are taking the code, triggering the code, and build it. Right? We have a separate build team based on organization. We have a separate build team. They build the code, right? After build, they are deploying to the any web server or any deployment tools. Right now we have a deployment tools like Kubernetes, Docker,
Mm-hmm.
OpenShift, right? In previously
Yes.
they are deploying that application into Apache Tomcat server and all those things.
Mm-hmm.
But coming to DevOps engineer responsible for build the code as well deploy into the deployment tool. But that is entire process he is for responsible. You need to configure the I mean setup, Azure DevOps setup, and he need to configure the release setup, that everything he was involved into on that. I mean, I
Okay.
understood. I mean, he's mostly
Yes. Yes.
responsible for build and deploy. Right? You don't know, right? Actually Java developers, they understood how to build, right? They know build the code up to that knowledge they can, but they don't know how to deploy and how to configure the tools. They don't know. But here on Azure DevOps, they can deploy automation, deploying the automatically. We can creating the script backend.
Oh. Yes.
Yeah, the main thing is automation. When you committed the code or release, it automatically trigger the code and build it, deploy it. That is a whole process the DevOps engineer will responsible.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay,
Thank
but
you.
yeah, before they are using manual approach. Right away, all the organization trying to catch for automation.
Okay. For deploying in the orchestration tools, so we are using the that part, Azure part, right?
Yes. Maybe
Okay.
it may be, yeah, it may be any deployment, not only orchestration. It may be Tomcat, and it may be OpenShift, it may be container, that anything it is supported.
Okay. 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 Sorry.
Okay, guys.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you all of you.